Hello friends, foes, and other watchers on the internet. My name is Matt, and you're watching Hogwash Gaming. And today I'm gonna wrap up Pirate Month with how to make your own treasure hunt. So the first thing you want to do when you're coming up with a treasure hunt is consider these three things. First off, who is this hunt for? What are their interests? What are their hobbies? What are they good at? Do they have a car? Do they have time for a treasure hunt? These are some of the things that you need to think of before you send someone off all over the town and they don't have a car or any way to get there. You know, take these things into consideration. Do they like treasure hunts? That's something also, you know, it seems pretty obvious, but if they don't like treasure hunts, then, you know, that might be a thing you would want to figure out before you started planning one. Secondly, you need to think about where is this hunt gonna take place? Like I said before, if they don't have a car, then you might not want it to go all around the town. Maybe you just want to have it inside their house or their neighborhood. Or if they can't get out of the house, you could even set one up online. And thirdly, what are your assets? What do you have that can make this treasure hunt happen? Do you have skill with codes? Do you have friends that can hide things for you? Do you have access to locations that nobody else would think you'd have? What are some of the things you can do to make this treasure hunt special? Once you've got that all settled, it's time to come up with the clues. And they can be relatively straightforward, saying, hey, go here, go here, go here. Or you can make them puzzles. Like right here, I have a clue that was made for me that actually literally is a puzzle. It's a symbol that has been cut in half, and until I put the pieces together, I couldn't read what it said. This is a perfect example of one of my friends using his assets, his skills, to give me a great treasure hunt. He knows how to weather paper, so it looks old, which is great. It works perfectly for this treasure hunt. Now, if one of your assets doesn't happen to be being a great code writer or something like that, there are tons of websites with great suggestions. That's where we get some of our ideas. Things like cipher wheels, or the messages that you have to wrap around a cylinder. I suggest you look them up and just give them a shot. Now let's move on to themes of treasure hunts. Treasure hunts don't need to have themes, but they're very much more immersive if they have one. Like mine was a medieval theme. And it kind of fit because the treasure at the end was my birthday present, and it was a sword, which was pretty awesome. The friend that put this treasure hunt together wrote a story about how the sword came to be and why I'm being given it. If you can make up just a simple story, that can make all the difference. My friend Joe and I made a treasure hunt for the guy who made this, and instead of a medieval theme, we went with secret agents, and we made a story about how his sister had been kidnapped. She really wasn't, but we just kept her away from him for the day, and then we staged a rescue. Sometimes, instead of clues to figure out, maybe you should have someone do something, like investigating a bridge, breaking 2 planks of wood, or fighting a ninja. It's quite possible that one of the treasure hunts may have included an airsoft battle in my basement. One more thing before you go. Be sure to have a layout of all the clues with you while you're going through the treasure hunt. If the person on the treasure hunt gets stuck, or if one of the clues gets lost or taken, then you need to have a backup plan, so then the treasure hunt can continue. Yes, it does detract from the mood of the treasure hunt, but let's face it, that's a small sacrifice if the alternative is not being able to finish. So those are my tips on what to do to make a treasure hunt great. Now, some things to avoid are hiding clues where other people can find them and take them. Another thing is don't make it take too long. If a treasure hunt takes more than 5 hours to finish, then your hunters are gonna get pretty tired pretty fast. And finishing a treasure hunt at night, though it can be fantastic, there are some reasons why you wouldn't want that. If your hunters have a curfew, that can get in the way. And lastly, be sure you have permission to hide things on other people's property, especially businesses, banks, and public offices. You just don't want to get in trouble. And you'll be surprised how many people say, "Oh, go ahead, that's a great thing. Wow, you do treasure hunts?" That's how it's usually received. So go out there, make a great treasure hunt, and don't get in trouble. And until next time, this is Hogwash, over and out.